everyone, it's Mrs. Gregg. Welcome back to another math lesson today. We are going to be talking about telling time, and we're also going to be doing a new activity called Quick Images. So please make sure that you have your clock out and ready. That was given to you last week or 2 weeks ago, and we'll get started. So we're going to start today by working on telling time to the hour. So in order to do that, we're going to watch first a Brain Pop video that tells you more about telling time, and then we're going to practice together. So I'll go ahead and start the video, and then while I'm starting it, make sure you have your clock out and ready.
No, Moby, it's not time for lunch yet. Look at the clock. How can you tell time? When you tell time, you look at the little hand first. That's the hour hand. The hour hand is on the 9. Next, you look at the big hand. That's the minute hand. The minute hand is on the 12. So the time is exactly 9 o'clock in the morning. O'clock means of the clock. We go to the computer lab at 10 o'clock and go to the library at 11 o'clock. Moby, those aren't our bags. How do you write the time? Now the time is 3 o'clock. I can write 3 o'clock using words, or write it using numbers and words. I can also write the time using only numbers. Well, first I write the hour, so that's 3. Then I add a colon to separate the hours from the minutes. Finally, I write how many minutes are past the hour. It's exactly 3 o'clock, so there are 0 minutes past the hour. You write the time to 2 places, so I write zeros in the ones place and the tens place. How does time change from 1 hour to the next? We've got to wait 1 hour for the lasagna. Well, there are 60 minutes in an hour, and it's 5 o'clock now. It takes 60 minutes for the minute hand to go all the way around while the hour hand moves from the 5 to the 6. So the lasagna will be done at 6 o'clock. Wait a minute. Now I'm a little confused. Well, there are 24 hours in the day, but there are only 12 numbers on a clock. Right, Moby. The hour hand goes around the clock twice in one day. That's why we have an 8 o'clock in the morning and an 8 o'clock at night. 12 o'clock at night is called midnight because it's in the middle of the night. 12 o'clock during the day is called noon. Hey, it's noon now. Grab your lunchbox, Moby. Let's go. Moby, what was that?
All right, so we have lots of different ways we tell time, but today we're going to be looking at the clock like you have at home. So here's what it looks like. Notice on mine is colored, but we've got all the numbers of the face of the clock. And then these red numbers on the outside kind of help us to know how many minutes there are at each one. So let's talk a little bit first about the hands. So we've got the short hand is the hour hand, and the long hand is the minute hand. So I remember minute is a longer word, and so that hand is longer. So I want you to first set your clock to 2 o'clock. So we want the minute or the hour hand to be on the 2, and we want the minute hand to be on the 12. That stands for o'clock. So make your clock look just like mine. All right, so it says 2 o'clock now on our clock. We want to think about what would it say in 1 hour. So in 1 hour, what would our clock say next? So in 1 hour from now, that would mean 60 minutes have gone by. So I'm going to take my minute hand, and it's just going to make one full circle around the clock. And there it is. So it is now what time? Right, it's 3 o'clock because my hour hand moved from the 2 to the 3. So it's 1 hour later. Basically, it's like adding. 2 plus 1 makes it 3 o'clock. And the minute hand is still up at the 12. All right? So now we're at 3 o'clock. So I want you to add 1 more hour to your clock. So from 3 o'clock, add 1 hour, and let's see what you get. I'm going to do mine, and then I'll lay it back down. All right, so we were at 3 o'clock, and we've added 1 hour. So 3 plus 1 is 4. So hopefully your clock looks like mine, where we are at 4 here with the hour hand, and the minute hand is still pointing up to the 12. So now we're at 4 o'clock. Okay, now let's add another hour. So if I'm at 4 o'clock, let's add 1 more hour. I'm going to do mine off the camera, and then we'll come back and see if yours looks like mine. All right. So let's see. Does yours look like mine? Woohoo! All right, you got it. It's 5 o'clock. So it's basically when we add 1 hour, it's kind of like adding 1. So we went from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Notice that the minute hand is still up at the 12. All right, let's do one last one. I'm going to make it a little bit harder. We've got to use our thinking brain here. All right, we're at 5 o'clock right now on the clock. I want you to add 3 hours. Ooh, let's think a minute. So it's 5 o'clock. I want you to add 3 hours. So I'm going to do mine. Give you a second to think on it. 3 hours. Add that. All right, you ready? Let me show you what I did. So I was at 5 o'clock. So really, my minute hand needs to go around 3 times. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, notice my hour hand moved as I was moving the minute hand. So what time is it now? If your clock says 8 o'clock, you got it right. Nice job. All right. So we're going to continue practicing telling time on our clock. We're starting with telling just the hour, and later on in the year we'll start telling time to the half hour and to the quarter hour and to the minute. So for now, if you can get what the hours are, then you're doing pretty good. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is something called quick images. So quick images are something where we put something up on the screen and then we take it away really quick because we want you to be able to see it and know it in your brain, okay? So here's quick images. So here's what I want you to do. When I click this little clock, it's going to show me a 10 frame. And hopefully you remember what that looks like from first grade. So your job is to find the total number of dots. So it's only going to show for a second, so you really got to focus so you don't miss it. All right, here we go. Count how many dots there are. Okay, did you get it? All right, if you didn't get it, here it comes one more time. We've got to count fast. All right, so tell me, how many dots are there? Okay, let's look at it again together. So this is the tens frame. Hopefully you saw that in first grade. So I know when I'm looking at a tens frames, if I count the top row, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top, the bottom has the same number. I can see they all have a buddy. So if there's 5 on the top, there's 5 on the bottom. And 5 plus 5 equals 10, my favorite number. So this quick images had 10 in it, okay? So let's go to the next page and let's see if we can do it again. All right, you ready? Here we go. This one's going to have a different number, so find the total number of dots in it. Okay, that was quick. Did you get it? Okay, well, let's look at it again if you didn't. Here it comes. Okay, how many dots were in this one? Okay, let's see if you're right. All right, so this is the tens frame again. This time, though, it only has dots on the top row. So let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just like in the last one where it had 10, this one only has 5 on the top. All right, we're going to do one more. I bet you'll get this one. All right, same thing. Find the total number of dots. You've got to count them. Here we go. Oh, did you get it? All right, let's go one more time. Okay, how many dots are there? Okay, let's see if you got it. So I know that the top on the last one had 5, but now 1 is missing. So if I think it had 5 and now there's 1 gone, I know, oh, well, that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one had 4 dots in it, and I knew that because 5 minus 1 equals 4. All right, I think there might be one more. Let's see. Yay, there is. Okay, last one. Here we go. Did you get that one? All right, you're going to see it one more time. Okay, so what was your strategy? How did you figure out how many dots were on there? Oh, that's a good strategy. Let me tell you what I did. So I know the top one, if it's all filled in, has 5. So I knew that was 5. I didn't have to count it. I already knew. So 5 on the top, and there are 2 on the bottom. So 5 plus 2, so 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 dots in this one. Nice job. If you struggle with those, make sure that you're practicing at home. You could have somebody maybe hold up a flashcard with some dots on it, and you can hold it up for a second and then put it back down and try to remember what's on there. This is just helping us to practice counting efficiently and counting mentally, which means in our brains. So I hope you did pretty good with quick images today. Also on your paper today, you have a choice of 4 different activities to do. One of those is working with your flashcards for your facts, so practicing those. Another one is a game called Beat the Calculator, and there's another video that shows you how to play. You can also work on playing 2 different games. You can play 5 in a row with 3 cubes, or you can play 5 in a row with 4 cards. All of those materials have been included today in your orange folder. So make sure you check there to find all the things you need to do some of those activities.